So you said that every man should be equal. We shouldn't treat anybody different, right? Basically. So you look around, right? Are so-called blacks or Hispanics, Native Americans, people see on their sign, are they treated equally? In this country, are they treated equally?
Mexicans a little bit better than us, but they treat it like dirt too.
Okay, brother, what's your name?
Jerome.
So are we treated equally? No. So if there's a such thing as equality, why don't we have the same schools? Why don't we have the same education? Why don't we have the same neighborhoods? Why don't we have any of that?
Bring it up.
If it's supposed to be equal, because you made a point. You said because there's a struggle between good and evil, and you said that an angel made evil. So read Isaiah 45:7, because in church, a lot of things that we speak is taught to us. We learned it somewhere, and a lot of things that we learn it through church. You see that image right there? That white image? That's the image that taught us that everybody's equal. That taught us that evil was created by Satan in the heavens. Right. But the Bible tells us, if you read it precept by precept, the way you're supposed to, you'll understand that the Bible tells you who created evil. And what if there's a such thing as equality, right? But read this.
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. Yeah. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
So he said, I, the Lord, make peace and I create evil. So who creates evil? The Lord. The Lord. Now, real quick, go to 1 Samuel. Is it chapter 2, verse 6?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you something else, because understand, we think that whenever anything bad happens, that it had to be Satan. That's not the case. That's not the case. So when this stuff right here, look at these signs. Slavery, right? Let's look at slavery. Did God ordain that? Or did Satan do that?
God, he allowed it to happen.
But remember it said, I create peace and I make evil, right? So this is evil that was done to us, right? Slavery was evil that was done to us. You agree, Jerome? The Lord made that happen.
I feel like God, you let stuff in. Basically, Satan just God force it, to make people, like, if you don't, like, say if you do something, it's just like karma. You do something wrong, it's gonna come back to you. Whatever you put out in the person, it's gonna come back. Like, if you put out good, you know what I'm saying? God see that. This only, when we die, we're not dead, you know what I'm saying? We still go on, you know? Like, this just the test, you know what I'm saying? This just the first test. This ain't nothing.
Right, but you gotta keep this in mind. Our people are not the same as every other people. If the so-called blacks and Hispanics were the same as the so-called Caucasian or Asian, we would be treated the same way, right? It's been hundreds of years where we have not been treated the same, right? So they let you know themselves that you're not equal to me. In slavery, they let you know that you're beneath my feet.
Bring it out.
When you watch something like Roots, they let you know that we're nothing better than livestock. That's what they tell us. Look at these signs right here. We're on auction blocks being sold. Would you sell somebody that you're equal to on an auction block? Would you subject them to picking cotton for hours?
Look, they wouldn't have been able to do that if our people wouldn't have sold each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Sold each other out how? What do you mean?
I mean, like, they came over here, as far as the Indians, they came over here,
right.
They ain't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? We taught them how to hunt, food, all that type of shit. They brought us, they gave us something.
So who was here first, them or us?
I was here first.
We was here first, but hold it. Go back to Samuel's and read this one second, because I want to show you something. Because understand, there's a certain man on this earth that's used to oppress our people. How you doing, bro? Yeah.
He said Christ is 5 different colors.
Christ is, what do you mean, 5 different colors?
They say it depends on whatever you believe in.
Oh, so it depends on whatever you believe in. Right. All right, what's your name? Josiah. That's a good name. That's a good name. But understand something. So let's say, for instance, I've never met you, Josiah, right? I heard of Josiah from a friend, right? Now, say I'm a Hindu or I'm Buddhist and somebody else is Muslim. Can I say, well, based upon my beliefs, Josiah might be purple or Josiah might be green? Is that true? No, you're a brown man, right? So that doesn't work. It's not based upon your belief, because Christ was a real person walking on this earth. The reason why people say he can be whatever color you want him to be, the reason why they say that Christ can be whatever color you want him to be, is because they believe he's a made-up character. They don't believe he's a true person. And then they believe the same doctrine that they're pushing with this white image. Because is Christ white? Or let me ask this, what does the Bible say about Christ?
He said basically he looked like me.
He said he looked like him, but I'm going to show you. But read this real quick.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
So the Lord's the one that heals. He's the one that kills. He's the one that brings alive, right? It's his doing that does that. But you're missing good and evil. So go to Psalms 140 and verse 1. I want to show you something because we talked about slavery. Josiah, you familiar with slavery? You familiar with the so-called blacks going into slavery? You never heard of the blacks going into slavery? Yeah, our people went into slavery. The Hispanics, they went into slavery, right? The Native Americans went into slavery in 1492, right? So understand, slavery, was it a mistake? Was it a coincidence? Was it planned? What happened? You said it's planned. What about you, Jerome?
Yeah.
It was planned. What about you? You said it's planned, but who planned it?
I feel like
Was it a man on the earth that planned slavery?
God, no, it wasn't no man on the earth. I feel like God.
No man on the earth.
I feel like God sent. I ain't gonna say He sent them over there, but I don't know why.
I'm gonna show you that shirt. I'm gonna show you. What do y'all think?
I don't know why He allowed that, but shit.
I'm gonna show you that you're right. Because understand, no man sat down and planned this thing. It was God in the heaven that ordained that to happen to us. But I'll show you why. Because understand, we talked about us not being equal to all nations. Slavery is a clear example of why we are not equal. Is there any other nation on this earth that went through what we went through? Any other nation that you could think of?
Oh.
Who? As an entire nation, because did just a few blacks come over here in slave ships, or was it the whole entire nation?
I feel like they lied about us about that too. They said all of us.
Now it was the whole. Now everybody didn't come over.
That.
Everybody didn't come over. Understand? Where's that map at?
There's people.
Is the map under here?
People over here.
I'm gonna show you that in a second. But read this.
Psalms chapter 140 and verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man.
So the Bible says, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man." So the same men that did this to us, those are the evil men. He said, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man that put chains in our necks, that oppressed us, that put us in the ghettos." Go ahead.
Preserve me from the violent man.
From the violent man. So all this stuff that happened to us in slavery, was that done through violence? When he came, you say you're Native American, right? When he came, when the conquistadors came over here, did they come with peace? They didn't come with peace. They came with what?
War.
With violence, right? Yeah. So he said, "Deliver me from the evil man."
They didn't do it like that at first. They came over here.
They came
trying
over
to be
here
friendly at first.
They tried, but understand. I'm gonna show you exactly what they meant. I'm gonna show you exactly what they meant. Go ahead.
Which imagine mischief in their heart.
So he said they imagined mischief in their hearts. So they came over here with peace. Get Psalms 55. So he said they came over here with peace. So initially they came over. So you hear about things like what's it called? The Thanksgiving dinner. What do they call that?
Thanksgiving.
Anybody know what I'm talking about? The dinner that they had, the feast that they had when they sat there. They sat down with the Native Americans, had a peaceful dinner and everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That's basically what they try to say that Thanksgiving is about, right? When the Pilgrims came, so they came with peace. But I'm gonna show you something. You got it?
Yes, sir. Psalms chapter 55 and verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
So understand, when the Native Americans already here, conquistadors came over and they were at peace with these people. They didn't see nothing wrong at first, right? Read on.
He hath broken his covenant.
So he broke his covenant because we made hundreds of treaties with the conquistadors and they broke every single one of them. Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
So he came over with peace, like you said. He came with peace. Or no, he didn't come with peace, but it's gonna explain. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
So when it says his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, what did he come with the intentions of doing?
He came to come over.
He came with intentions of conquering these people.
That's right.
The same thing. So there's no such thing as he came with peace. His initial thing was to come and conquer. The same thing he did with the so-called African Americans. He came and he conquered the so-called African Americans. So you see Africa, right? You see the sign? You got all the different slave routes, right? So now everybody did not leave Africa. Everybody did not leave Africa. But a majority of our people, they went to South America. Some went to Arabia. Some went to Europe. Some went to the islands. Some went to North America, where you see us now, right? So everybody did not go. Some people are still in Africa today. But you can put that sign down. But the point is that it said, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man," because he came with war. He came with war. So he lets you know that there was never equality. So the question now would be is why did slavery happen to our people? Why was this particular man coming to oppress our people and put us in slavery? Why?
Because God, He let it happen. I think we did something.
Why us?
Because I think we did something way back in time. Like we broke something.
You on to something. You on to something. Hey, how y'all brothers doing? Y'all alright? So the question, what we talking about right now is slavery. We talking about slavery according to the Bible, right? So the question is,
you know what? I know what we did.
why is it that the so-called blacks went into slavery? So-called blacks and Hispanics went into slavery. Out of all the nations you see on the earth, you got Arabs, you got Chinese, you got Caucasian, you got a bunch of different people, right? Why is it that our people went into slavery? Let me ask you, what's your name, bro? What's your name?
Mario.
Mario, what about you?
Stan.
Stan, okay, so my question is, why is it that we went into slavery? Let me hear from you.
I don't know.
No clue. They don't teach you that in school. They say because they sold themselves for merchandise. They give you all the different reasons, but did y'all know that the Bible tells you why we went into slavery? The Bible explains to you all these pictures you see here about slavery. All this stuff is in the Bible.
You know what I think why he did that? Because we was cursed because we slept outside our race. You know what I'm saying? Way back in time, like with the Adam and Eve thing.
Okay, you want something, but y'all stick around. Y'all stick around because it's very important information. Because we're trying to explain to our people that we're not equal to every nation on this earth. If we were equal, we would not be in the hood. We would not be in the slums. We would not be in the ghetto, right? If we were equal, right? We would not be getting shot down. We would not be marching saying Black Lives Matter. If we were equal, we wouldn't have to tell somebody that our lives matter. It would be automatically known that our lives matter. Or you look at something that happened recently. The thing with the Chinese. They say Chinese lives matter. That's what they've been saying lately, right? And guess what they did? They made laws to make sure nobody could do harm to those Chinese people. Did they make any law to make sure nothing happened to the so-called blacks?
Nope. You know why?
There's two killings that just happened, right? Recently, y'all aware of those? 13-year-old boy got killed, right? And then another man got killed. And then a black lieutenant, he didn't get killed, but he got pulled over and harassed. So it don't matter what we do, no matter what laws they put in place, they don't apply to us. So how is it that the so-called blacks are equal to all people?
Bring it out.
You know why I say that? You know why I say why we going through so much? Because we so quick to sell each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like we so quick to
y'all stick around. It's important information.
Just like with the Black Lives
Y'all got a flyer?
Yeah.
Check out that flyer. It's important information. Y'all gotta know this stuff. What you about to say?
Yeah, we so just like with the Black Lives Matter movement. That they, you know what I'm saying? They bamboozled us. You know what I'm saying? Basically lied and said they was for us, but really they made millions of dollars off of black people and moved and started buying and living by the white people now. And it's ran by two lesbian females. Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I say, like, if we really be genuine and stop trying to sell each other out, you know what I'm saying? We'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop caring about getting money and all that type of stuff.
I understand something. Understand. Our people cannot progress without changing. But we have to change according to something, because most of us, y'all go to church, or y'all been to church, y'all used to go to church. Jerome used to go to church, you go to church. And sis, what's your name? What's your name?
Got our next
Tamaya? Oh, Tanya, I'm sorry, okay. Do you go to church? My brother, you go to church right here? So a lot of our people that go to church, we have churches on every single corner in our neighborhoods. Every single corner. You might have one across from each other. But for some reason, our people still don't change.
They not teaching us.
We still don't change. So that means that whatever's in that church is not right. That's what that means. Whatever's in that church is not right. That's why we're out here to teach our people, to show them that this Bible is for us and that we must change. So that goes back to slavery. Why did it happen? Read Amos 3.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel. O children of Israel.
So you'll notice the Lord's always talking to the children of Israel. He said, hear the word that I have spoken unto you, O children of Israel. Go ahead.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
So the family that came from Egypt, remember, the people that were slaves in Egypt were the children of Israel. The Lord delivered them from the land of Egypt, right? Go ahead.
Saying, you only have I known.
He said, you only have I known. What does that mean? When he says, you only have I known.
You are received.
He said, you are my soul. Let's say, for instance, we got a bunch of kids playing around, right? I have a son. There's a bunch of kids. And I say, that's my kid. You only have I known. What am I saying? That's mine. I don't got nothing to do with them other kids. That's what he's saying. Read it again.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
He said, you only have I known of all the families of the face of the earth. All of them. Every single nation. He said, this is the only nation I've known of all of them. So everybody's not a child of God. He said the children of Israel. Children of Israel. Meaning the children of God are the children of Israel. Meaning they're only people. Meaning that every other nation can't be the children of God. It's impossible. Because he didn't make it like that. But read on.
Therefore, I will punish you.
So he said, because I've only known you, therefore will I punish you. So when you look around, remember I made a point that our people went into slavery. No other nation has gone through this. Not one. That's why he's punishing. That's why it only happened to us. Because we're his children. So if my kids at the playscape playing and they all get in trouble, my kids in trouble. I'm not whooping their kids, I'm whooping mine. Why? Because that's my child. That's how the Lord deals with us. But read on.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So the reason why we go through what we go through now is because we're the children of Israel and the Lord is our God and that's it. We're the people being punished right now. That's why we went into slavery. That's why we live in low-income housing. That's why we live in the ghetto. That's why we still get shot down. That's why we can't get justice. We might as well stop asking because the only person that gives us justice is the Lord. Go to Isaiah 43. The only person that gives us justice is the Lord because he put us in this position. Go ahead.
Slavery thing, right. But the reason some keep telling me like it ain't true because I feel like because how we wind up getting helped out of slavery. White people helped us get out of slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Are we out of slavery?
I mean, not for real, but as far as the change.
Let me ask you a question.
They switch the change. They say they're free now. We're gonna make up another way to make them.
Are we out of slavery?
No, because they put our minds in slavery.
Sis, what's your name?
Adrian.
Are we out of slavery? So-called blacks, are we out of slavery?
Absolutely not.
We think we are, but understand something. Let me read this verse and get to that point. Read this.
Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 11. I, even I, am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior.
So the only person that's going to save us is Christ. So if Christ didn't come down and save us out of slavery, that means that we still slaves.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.